rapidly regenerating before their eyes. Xiananan is completely shocked, realizing the beast survived the powerful Thunderfire bead. She figures its power must be immense, at the peak of a 9th-rank apprentice. Facing the regenerated monster, Yechuan turns to Xiananan and asks if she has any more of the explosive beads. She shouts back in a panic, explaining that her father only gave her a single pair. The fully regenerated python now looms over Yechuan, its red eyes burning with rage. Unfazed, Yechuan decides to use his special skill, activating his Blood Shadow Butcher ability. The fear-inducing aura projects his image into the python's eyes, causing the massive beast to freeze in terror for a moment. The python recoils from the mental attack and smashes its powerful tail down where they were standing. Thinking fast, Yechuan grabs Xiananan and leaps to safety on another ledge. He then scolds her, demanding to know why she was just standing there and not running. Xiananan, blushing, explains that she was waiting for him, believing he had risked his life to get the second flower for her. Yechuan turns to her with a deadpan expression and bluntly clarifies that the flower is a gift for his mother. The revelation shatters her romantic assumption, and her face contorts in frustration. Having recovered from the mental attack, the Blood Moon Great Python turns its glowing red eye back on its prey. With a terrifying roar, it lunges forward, its massive jaws wide open. Yechuan grabs Xiananan's hand and tries to run, but he realizes it is too late. He internally curses, finding it a hassle to be burdened with another person in such a dangerous situation. In a split-second decision, he shoves Xiananan out of the way, sending her to safety as he is swallowed whole by the massive beast. The python slams its jaws shut with a deafening crash. Xiananan scrambles to her feet, screaming Yechuan's name in horror. She stands paralyzed with fear as the massive python looms over her. She cries out for Yechuan, begging for him to come out. The python moves to attack her next, its jaws opening to swallow her as well. But just as it is about to strike, something happens inside the beast. A brilliant, glowing red light shines from within the python's throat as a blade slices through from the inside. The monster recoils in agony, its body writhing as it is torn apart from within. In a gory explosion, the python's body is ripped open, and Yechuan emerges, covered in the creature's blood, having literally butchered his way out. He stands amidst the bloody remains and casually asks Xiananan if she was just calling for him. Overcome with relief, she rushes forward and throws her arms around him in a tight hug, exclaiming how glad she is that he is all right. She bluntly remarks that he stinks and that he was almost pooped out by the python. This causes her to recoil, covering her nose in disgust. A system notification then appears, confirming the kill of the special pig. His level has increased by a massive 80%, raising him to the 8th rank. His pig nemesis bonus damage has increased by another 1%, and he has gained another 0.2 free attribute points. With their quest completed, Yechuan tells Xiananan that it is time for them to go back. They make their way back to Qingcheng, arriving at the city gates where a group of people is waiting anxiously. An older man dressed in traditional robes rushes forward, looking relieved to see Xiananan. He scolds her for her late return, explaining that he was worried sick. Xiananan, however, is beaming with joy. She holds up the glowing blood crystal twin flower and exclaims that they found it and that her mother will surely be delighted. The man, a family steward, begins to scold her for her recklessness, reminding her how dangerous the world outside the city is. Xiananan cuts him off, insisting she wanted to pick the flower for her mother personally, and reassures him that with Yechuan protecting her, there were no problems. The steward's gaze then shifts to the young man beside her, and he asks who this boy is. Yechuan bluntly introduces himself as a pig butcher. The steward is taken aback, confused. He cannot understand why the young miss of the Xia family would choose a fool with a simple life-type profession to protect her in the perilous lands. However, looking at Yechuan's calm demeanor, he wonders if this unassuming boy could have actually killed the beast. Putting his doubts aside, the steward praises classmate Ye for his youthful promise. He then takes off a golden ring and offers it to Yechuan. He explains that the Xia family gold ring is worth 200,000 and that it is a reward for his service. Yechuan, however, simply refuses the offer. He pushes the man's hand away and states that he does not want the ring. He only wants a pig-slaying knife, holding him to the original deal. Ye Chuan firmly refuses the steward's offer, repeating that all he wants is a pig-slaying knife. The steward is baffled, wondering to himself if the boy has something wrong with his head for turning down such a valuable item for a simple tool. Xiaonanan steps in to clarify. She explains to the steward, whom she calls Uncle Zhao, that Ye Chuan wants to find the most skilled weaponsmith in Qingcheng to forge a spirit weapon for him, as this was their deal. Understanding, the steward agrees to handle it. He urges Xiaonanan to return home with her bodyguards, as her father has been worried. As she is led away, Xiaonanan waves to Ye Chuan, promising to see him again. Once she is gone, the steward turns to Ye Chuan with a serious expression. He states that while the family is grateful, he warns Ye Chuan not to have any improper thoughts towards the young miss. Ye Chuan's internal thoughts reveal he has no romantic interest. As he sees Jiananan as just another pighead, he assures the steward there is no problem, and that he only wants a top-tier spirit weapon. Satisfied, the steward informs Ye Chuan that the best weaponsmith in Qingcheng, Master Tixin, has a good relationship with their family. He tells Ye Chuan to find the master the next day after he has made the arrangements. With that, the steward leaves. The scene shifts back to the forest clearing, where the great python was slain. The massive corpse is now being eaten by other wild beasts. A new, mysterious figure arrives, a beautiful, demonic woman with horns and glowing yellow eyes. She looks upon the scene with